Thank you, sir, giving me an opportunity to be with these prominent speakers. Here, I'm not going into the details. It is true that, as Madam said, first of all, the Article 21 requires the four conditions that to be fulfilled before a person is deprived of the property. There must be a valid law. The law must provide a procedure, and the procedure must be just, fair, and reasonable. It is true, but how many people know about this? Who will educate the people to know all these things? We, the people who are dealing with law, has the knowledge about that. So, first of all, how many people? The only peoples that is booked by the police or framed by the judge are not aware of the basic laws, including the basic principles of constitution. One thing is that who will popularize or who will educate the common man with respect to those aspects. Then another thing is that, as Professor Mrinal Satish as well as said with respect to the famous case of Narayan's case. I'm not going into the details, but in his autobiography, he said that after approaching the Honorable Supreme Court of India or getting a verdict from Supreme Court of India, he got his he succeeded. He proved that he's not a person who is a convicted person who has not done any guilty. But he is saying in his autobiography that he lost his career as well as he lost the mental health of his wife. From that, we can realize the trauma faced by that person. He's an educated man, he is a scientist, and he is having capacity. In all sense, he is the capacity to fight for justice. But at the end, he is saying that how can you compensate the loss of my career as well as the mental health of my wife? I'm not going into the details. While we are saying with respect to the procedures, as Hemachandran sir said, we have section 36, we have 156.3, we have a very good criminal procedure to establish that if not even a single innocent person will be convicted. But the thing is that at the end, if a person is acquitted, what about the trauma faced by him or during that trial? I'm not going into the details. Here, I'm concluding that along with as the other people said, along with the vigilant citizen, what is the remedy to seize this? One is vigilant citizen. But along with that, I think the judiciary as well as the impartial and independent judiciary has a very good role. Along with the judiciary, the bar and bench to be considered here. The advocates as well as the prosecutors, they are not merely weapon of the state, or they are not weapon. It is true that the prosecutors and government leaders are appearing for and on behalf of the government of the police, but the stage, they have to be educated. They have to react. So along with the vigilant citizenship, we can't say that it is the duty of the vigilant citizenship or it is the duty of my
both interesting, knowledgeable.
judicial officers, all the persons. So judiciary as well as the police officers as well as the leaders, political leaders, including the political as well as social leaders, has the role to play. Then with respect to this suggestion made by Sir Hemachandran sir, is that with the technology, we are using CCTV, etc. We are using, it is true. Then a recording 164 statement is one other method. Another thing is that, is there now in SC/ST cases, recording of the victim while standing bail is a must at present. It is now the courts are hearing the version of the victim in only in SC/ST atrocities cases. But what is the benefit of that? Whether this is a ratio decidendi while awarding bail, etc. So I'm not going into the details. The thing is that police, as well as judiciary, as well as the advocates, the entire community should independently for getting fairness to the citizens, not they have not been acted as the weapon of the state or weapon of
Yes, Geena, can you hear? We can't hear. Geena, hello? Hello?
yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
yes, not able to hear, not able to hear. The connection is not very strong. Yes. Can you speak, if possible, speak a little louder and then we can hear you.
I have some connectivity problems here, sir.
Okay. Now I can hear you better. Now we can hear you better. Yeah.
Yes, what I was saying is that
Yeah.
we have a very good procedure law. We have section 36 of in CRPC 156(3) and 164, etc. are there. But
Yes.
at the end, considering the example of Nambi Narayan's case, after all these procedures, he was acquitted, and the apex court found that he is released, and compensation was awarded. But
Yes.
he asked in his autobiography is that how can you suffer? How can you compensate with respect to the loss of my career?
The Justice Lokur also said that it cannot be compensated. Correct. There is no compensation.
How can you compensate with respect to the loss of mental tyranny or mental condition of its wife, etc. That's the question asked by all these people. All the people who are who underwent those